Welcome, beautiful souls. This is your July 20th to July 26th forecast. And for you, we have a couple transits we're going to cover this week. So first is going to be the moon conjunct Pleiades in Taurus on July 20th. And that would be the waxing crescent moon aligning with the Pleiades star cluster, activating ancient spiritual codes and soul remembrance. So you may experience profound memory flashes or ancestral downloads, and your emotions may feel anchored in ancient lineage. And we also have on July 22nd the moon entering Gemini. So the moon's going to shift into articulate Gemini in its waning crescent phase, and that's going to be emphasizing mental clarity and subtle release. So you're being invited to reflect, to share insights, and refine inner dialogue, as well as to release what no longer serves you. And your focus is also going to be on allowing new beginnings and opening yourself up. And this could be towards love. This could be towards new spiritual revelations. As well, we talked about those spiritual downloads and those codes coming through for you. But this could also be in any area of your life that you're open and you're being flexible and adaptable. So this is also a good time for you to reflect and be introspective. And there may be some things such as self-care practices that can help you to be more appreciative of where you are, or to help you get to a more neutral state. So if you feel like journaling or meditation or incorporating more health and wellness into your routine, as well as just grounding yourself out in nature. So those are all just some wonderful self-care practices that you can incorporate, again, to help you to be more appreciative and grateful for just existing, for just being here, for just having this experience. And that's also going to be beneficial to you here, because you may be feeling at times a little bored or discontented or just unsure about your path, or unsatisfied in some way. We also have the Nine of Cups here as well. So you may also be really working towards feeling fulfilled and working on things that do fulfill you and that do bring you joy. You may also be working towards some milestones here, so whatever goals that you do have set for yourself. And I'm just going to bring it back to the spiritual growth and development. So you may be wanting to grow and expand. It could even be like your esoteric gifts and talents, but it could just be you from a spiritual perspective wanting to continue to expand and grow and raise your frequency and vibration. And these opportunities are being presented to you this week. So you definitely have opportunity to do that if that is something that you are interested in. Now, what else do we have here? If you need to break the rules, do it with conviction to make a difference. So you may find here that in some ways you may be discontent or dissatisfied with some things, and you may find that taking a radical approach, taking a bold approach to your growth and advancement may be helpful to you at this time. So it may be you like just completely going in the opposite direction, or completely dropping specific texts or requirements for believing a certain thing. You may be finding like, yeah, you know what, this actually isn't the authentic me. As I see myself whole, healed, and complete, this just doesn't align with who I am anymore. And I know that I have everything within me. I don't need to go and search externally for it. And you may sort of be breaking that habit and breaking that need to look externally. And that's just an example of just revelations that may come to you, or downloads that may come to you to really raise your frequency and help you to collapse timelines or really advance to higher dimensions. So whatever it is that you do have as a goal here, lots of opportunity for you to get there. What else? We have you're creating a you that you will be proud of. Wonderful. So that is also that confirmation of like, be bold, go in a different direction. If that is what you feel called to do, if that is what you feel is making you feel fulfilled, even just thinking about it and visualizing it, then absolutely go down that path. Take inspired action toward it. So let's also look at obstacles that may come up. So we have the Seven of Wands. So yeah, it could definitely be a little bit of contrast, and you could even be in contrast with other individuals that want you to sort of stay in that box and stay within like specific parameters, or just the way that things have been defined and have always worked, or what you've always believed in. There may be others that are still subscribing to that, and you may encounter a little bit of contrast with them when you attempt to sort of break free from that type of thinking. We also have the Six of Swords here as well. Okay, so it is not going to be for the faint of heart for you shifting and transitioning into a higher level of being and understanding. So that's not an easy task to do. So you staying strong and staying in your power and trusting in the information that you're receiving and in your knowing, your inner knowing, is what is going to assist you, what's going to help you to persevere. Okay. We also have the Chariot, and you allowing yourself to be divinely guided. So we're looking at obstacles here, so we know this is going to come up. So you may be tempted to sway or to go back to that old type of thinking, because you may be like, okay, now this is what I believe, now what? Now what's going to happen? Or you may just feel like it's better to stay in your comfort zone or just go back to that because that was easy, you know. Here with a new philosophy, a new idea where anything's possible, where you have infinite existence and there's limitless possibilities, that may be a little overwhelming initially to you at first. And this is just an example. You may already know these things, but you know, again, everybody's on their own journey and they come into these knowings at different times. So again, just an example of how you are elevating your consciousness and expanding your mind. And you may find difficulty with allowing yourself to be guided and to continue down that path of uncertainty and of not exactly knowing, but trusting in you and trusting in the way that you feel and the things that you know, and allowing things to be to evolve over time and to come to you as you need to know it as you're going down your path. So what else? So we have the Eight of Wands here. Okay. So also needing to step into your power and being bold and being courageous. If you're going down this path, go down that path. Right? There is no turning back. Like, you can't unknow things once you know them. You can't unknow those downloads. You can't unknow those channeled messages, the answers that you're receiving. You can't unknow that once you know it. So this is just that confirmation of like, yes, that is true. What you're hearing, what you know to be true, what you're trusting in. So now you need to continue along that path, continue down the journey of your true calling and your true purpose. Okay, so let's see, let's look at some guidance here. Okay, what about this Seven of Cups? Okay, so you may be feeling like I said, you may be feeling like it's much easier to just subscribe to the learnings, the things that you've been taught, the way that things have always been. It's going to be so easy for you to step back into that comfort zone and just ignore what you know is true. But it's really going to be up to you to decide not to do that. Okay? And it's also, imagination is wonderful. It's amazing. It's excellent. It shows the universe what you're desiring and what types of things you're liking and enjoying and wanting to come towards you and what it can provide to you. But as far as that fantasy goes, just know that it's not, how do I want to say this? It's not fantasy when it's aligned with your authentic self and who you are. It is actually the truth. So just don't get caught up in that that just thinking that, you know, you may have these visualizations, or you may see things, and then just put it off as like, oh, I just imagined that, or, you know, I was tired, or anything else, any other reason that you would have to tell yourself that it's not true, and it's not a message for you, and it's not divine guidance. Get rid of that energy, okay? And trust in you, and trust in the messages that you receive. Absolutely, yeah, there's a lot of thoughts out here in different areas and places that you can connect with that are not true and are not you, and you can release those and let those go. But here, just as far as your true calling, your true purpose, and you getting back to your true authentic self, and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel fulfilled, those are not fantasies. Those are not just dreams that aren't possible. Those are all things that are possible. They're likely things that you've already had, because you can visualize it and you can dream it. So how would you be able to do that if you didn't already have it? Okay? So just know the difference, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. So hopefully I'm not confusing you, but just allow everything to be in its proper place, and know that when you're utilizing your intuition and you're going by how you feel, trust in that. Don't discount that. Trust that. Okay? So what else? So we have the Queen of Wands. Get back to your passion. So are there things that you feel passionate about that you may have overlooked, or you may not have had as a priority? If so, you're absolutely being guided to get back into those things. This is also you allowing yourself to be who you authentically are. That's going to make you more attractive. That's going to make you be an inspiration to people. People are going to view you in a different way. They're going to see you going after your dreams, receiving accomplishments, receiving rewards, receiving recognition, raising your frequency, connecting with abundance in all forms, and they'll be inspired by that. And you know, you're going to have those individuals that are, you know, going to be wondering, well, how did you do that? How did you accomplish that? You know, and that's up to you to share. Maybe that is a part of your purpose, is to start sharing your stories and how you got there and how you overcame obstacles. So it really just depends, but just know that you are being watched, and it's allowing you to be an inspiration to others. So it's not like always a bad thing. Okay. What else? Okay, so we do have old cycles ending. We have a lot of good luck and prosperity and blessings coming through to you in this new chapter that you're beginning and opening. So it is totally up to you what you decide that chapter will look like, and the frequency that you want to be on, because that is exactly what you're going to receive. So that's why those messages of like trusting what you see, trusting what you know to be true, and separating yourself and discounting and releasing anything that is not true, that doesn't make you feel good, is going to help you to be more aligned with the things that you're desiring and the things that you want and you know are yours. Okay. So what else here? To rise, you must let go of fear. Okay, so we do have some things being called out that may be distracting you from your purpose. In particular, fear, doubt, negativity, holding on to the past, not trusting yourself, allowing yourself to be shaken, your confidence to be shaken, your self-worth, your self-value, allowing those things to be shaken or up in the air, or just being confused about them or not quite sure of those things. Those are all things that are just distracting you from your purpose, distracting you from what you know to be true, and distracting you from achieving and accomplishing your goals. Okay? Let's see here. So we have the dolphin caller with pure, joyful friendships and loving help. So there's absolutely some soul family that you may connect with here that can offer you unconditional love, support, and wisdom, knowledge, and even guidance in some cases. So definitely, if you're comfortable with that, open yourself up to those individuals and find your tribe. We also have codes of the seas. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. Excuse me. So this is your confirmation that, yeah, you are going to be activated if you're not already activated, or some of you already have received some activations here, but yeah, this is just that confirmation, and we did talk about that earlier as part of your spiritual growth and development here this week. So be on the lookout for those codes, that information. You may even want to explore that in any way that you do that. Typically, I mean, it could be through meditation, doesn't have to be, but whatever way that you connect and you receive that wisdom, that information, or you connect and you are able to draw on that and execute it, put it out into the 3D environment, is what you're being guided to do. But just open yourself up to that. So there's so much information, knowledge, gifts, talents, and wisdom within you already, and you're being guided to take that information to start making moves, start taking inspired action towards your goals and your purpose. Okay. All right, so now let's move to love and relationships. They're going to be highlighted through a couple transits here that I want to talk about. So we do have this new moon in Leo plus the sun opposite Pluto on July 24th. So the new moon in Leo is going to activate heart-centered beginnings, while the sun opposing Pluto in Aquarius is going to highlight deep, powerful transformations in community and identity. So this is going to inspire you to reset your soul expression while confronting buried power dynamics in your relationships. And then we also, on July 26th, have Venus entering Gemini. So this is going to be infusing love with curiosity, playful conversation, and creative vibrancy. So you may want to flirt, have deeper curiosity about each other, and connect with each other through intuitive chats, creative art, laughter, learning, and curiosity. Okay, so just a time to have some fun and enjoy yourself is what I'm hearing here. So let's see what the focus is for you here. So we do have the High Priestess coming through. So I'm seeing like a connection where you can explore your spirituality and that be accepted, and something that you and your partner can do. Okay, so if that is something that is available to you and you're interested in that, you may want to find a way to do that this week, to incorporate a little bit of that into your time together. That could be part of a self-care practice that you both enjoy doing to grow and evolve and ascend here. We also have the Seven of Pentacles here. So you will find, as far as you wanting to strengthen your bonds and strengthen your relationships or any goals that you are working towards, you do have the opportunity to be successful here with whatever goals that you do have here. It is just going to take some time here. It's not something that's going to happen immediately or right away. You'll have to keep the passion, you'll have to stay loyal to it, you'll have to stay committed to it, and that does need to be on everyone's parts here. So not only your part, but also your partner's part. So you will both need to agree that these are the things that you want to work towards. You want to strengthen those bonds, you want to grow, you want to accomplish some goals here, and then actually taking inspired action towards those things. So just understand that it is a process. It's not something that you're going to say like, oh, we're going to be this, and then it just happened immediately. And for those of you who are single and desiring love, let's see here. what we have. Interesting. So interesting. We do have the Two of Cups coming out here. So this could be a time, if you open yourself up to it and that is what you're desiring, for you to connect with someone and make a love interest. We also have the Ten of Pentacles here as well. So this is wonderful. So I'm going to get a couple cards here to see like who this could be coming towards you, but it's looking amazing so far. But let's just see what we have here. So this person could be musical. They could have an accent. They are going to be pretty grounded here. So that's so wonderful here, because not only are you able to sort of work on your connection with yourself, but you also have this individual who is grounded and likely spiritual as well. So they're also going to be wanting to continue to grow and ascend. So that's something that you two will have in common and that you'll both be working towards. And then we have Sagittarius here. So this person may have Sagittarius or have some strong placements in Sagittarius. And I'm also hearing that this individual could be a fire sign. So Leo, Sag, or Aries. Okay. Or that you may be that as well. Okay. All right. So let's look at, let's see, some obstacles here. So we do have the Four of Swords. And it could be about you just needing to rest and relax and recuperate, replenish yourself, replenish your soul. That may be something that you and your partner are desiring at this time. So if you can get in a self-care practice, maybe it's like a spa day with your partner. Maybe it's mani-pedis, or even just like a picnic or grounding in nature in some way. Whatever this is that is allowing you to strengthen those bonds and to spend time together may be helpful to you. We also have the Eight of Cups here as well. So you want to look for activities that are fulfilling, not just to you, but also to your partner. And this may also come up as a conversation. So some of you are looking for just a more fulfilling experience, period, as it relates to your relationship. So we did speak on that, strengthening the bonds, earlier up there. So if there are I don't want to say like expectations or requirements. That's what I'm hearing. But if there's things that you absolutely need and that are important to you as part of having a successful, healthy relationship, then those are the things that you may want to discuss with your partner at this time. Because this is a clear desire here for a more fulfilling experience. And that can be had, but it may require a little bit of conversation. It may require a little bit of adjustment on both of your parts. Okay. What else? Okay. So also, there is going to be a need for you to really manage your emotions here. And I know some of these conversations will tend to get emotional at times. And, you know, even if this is you single, there's still opportunity here to manage your emotions and to continue to work on your emotional intelligence here. So whoever needs to hear that. We also have just love and opportunities for love as well coming towards you. So for some of you, like we did say, that can come towards you if you're open to it. But this is like you actually opening yourself up to that, and that may be a challenge for you. Okay, so if that is something you're desiring, but you are feeling like I don't know if I'm quite ready yet, then explore that, reflect on that. And allow yourself to understand why. Do some journaling. Do some meditating. Okay? Delve a little deeper so that you can process those wounds and you can heal those wounds and you can move on. Okay, what else? We have the Ten of Cups here. Okay. So yeah, definitely love is coming up as a challenge for some of you. And I heard initially it's for some of you that may be looking for it and open to it, but then underneath, the underlying root cause has not necessarily been addressed. Okay? So if that resonates with you, then, you know, we just talked about some things you can do to delve more deeply into that. If it doesn't, then don't take it. So we also have the Four of Pentacles here. And for some of you, you may really be, okay, this could be either way. So you could be like clinging on to specific expectations that you're not necessarily seeing, and that is why you're calling for more fulfillment and wanting and desiring that. And then for others of you, it could be just you not wanting to let go of the past and to let go of your burdens, and not opening yourself up to love. Okay, so however it is, we see it coming up as a challenge here. So just be mindful for that. And again, look at those things that you can do to work through that, so that you are able to open yourself up, so that you are able to move towards a partner that is willing and open to work with you, as well as work on themselves, so that you're making progress individually and together. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? So we have self-worth. So that is definitely going to come up for you. For some of you, I got this. I'm confident. I love me. I trust me. Some of you are at that place. Others of you, this is something that you may want to work on. You may want to do a journal session on this. You may want to do some meditation on this. And you may want to, again, just delve more deeply into your psyche and understanding where you feel you lack, so you can address that and change that, because that is not true, and let it go. Okay, so let's look at some guidance here. So we have Six of Wands. So we do have lots of abundance and blessings and prosperity that can come to you through a healthy, unconditionally loving relationship. So you absolutely can have that if that is something that you desire. It is showing up right here. It's all about what you're desiring, and then remember that you do need to be the vibration of that which you seek. So if you haven't necessarily got there yet, then that is what this is inviting you to do, to go within, to address those things, whether it's subconsciously or just very clear that you know and understand, so that you can let go of what is not true, let go of what's not helpful to you, let go of what's holding you back. Okay, what else? So we have the soul needs balance, fairness, justice, organization. I love that. And I'm going to put that next to grounding here, because that may be something that can be helpful to you at this time. But you are being invited here to work on balancing yourself, body, mind, and soul. And I'm hearing for some of you, this is about balancing the chakras. So they may be unbalanced in some way. So you can focus on that through meditation or any other way that you do work to balance your chakras. And then also just the creating balance in your relationship is also your guidance as well. So again, you may find that there's specific things that you do want to talk about, so that you can start to feel more fulfilled. And if so, then it is time to address those things, to start taking inspired action towards this being a more balanced relationship. And then we have the water cycle, and just remembering that you are mostly water. And I feel like this is a message for you to ensure that you're incorporating health and wellness into your daily routine, and you're drinking enough water, and you're getting enough water, and you're staying hydrated. That could also be a message for some of you to utilize water as a cleansing for yourself in any way that you would do that. So if you do have rituals where you do incorporate water as part of your cleansing process, then that may be helpful to you this week. What else do we have? The woman here with divine feminine energy coming up. And I do believe we saw this last week as well, that you are being invited to incorporate more divine feminine characteristics into your daily habits. also create a little more balance there. So it could be between the divine feminine and divine masculine as well, but ensure that you're giving yourself the nurturing, the love, the support, the understanding, the empathy, the compassion that you're giving to everyone else. Also give that to yourself. And if there are instances where you feel like you aren't as compassionate, you aren't as empathetic, then you're being invited to pay attention to that and adjust course in the process as it's happening. Okay, so let's see what else. So when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So I really love that message, because it is that confirmation that, like, yeah, this is a process. It's a journey. It's, you know, things that you design, circumstances, situations, scenarios that you design for yourself to encounter as a part of your growth and your journey here. So there is no wrong choice. There is no wrong answer. It's all about what you're desiring and what you want and what you want to experience, basically. Okay. All right, so let's get one more here to close us out. So we have your passion being ignited. So maybe for some of you, this is you connecting with that twin flame here. So you may have that open and available to you. Some of you may already be in this situation, and to me, like, the twin flame is someone that you're vibrating on the same frequency, at the same level, and you're giving each other the same things. This is not about like one-sided type of relationship. So I don't view this as something negative. I view this as something positive, and something that will come into play when you're ready, when you've ascended, when you're open to that experience, because it's going to teach you and allow you to grow in so many different ways. Okay. All right, love. So those are the messages I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.